Hey everyone, what's up? This is Drew Douglas and in for themeforest.net, and today we're going to go over day 7 of WordPress for Designers. And if you were here with us on day 6, you'll recall that we got the first part of our sidebar widget ready, and today we're going to cover how to finish that and get it completely ready for any widgets the user wants to add to their blog. And we also covered in day 6 our single.php file, and kind of on the opposite side of that, we're going to go over our page.php file, which is going to allow us to format our static pages. We're also going to just go over some other cool little tricks and fun stuff we can do with other template tags that we haven't really gotten into, and edit some of our older files and update them with some cool stuff. So I know a lot of you are ready to get to the PSD, and I promise you we will get there shortly, but we still have some fundamentals to go over for the next few days, so let's go ahead and get started. You should go ahead and already have your local server running, or whatever you're running WordPress on right now, and your text editor of choice, and go ahead and open up sidebar.php. And the other day in the comments, a user, I believe, asked that, or requested that we add a login link somewhere on our page, so you could just click log in or log out, as opposed to going to the URL bar and typing in wp-admin. And that's actually a pretty good suggestion, and that's really easy to do. So let's add a little login link to the bottom of our sidebar.php. Just under where we have our categories, which is WP list categories, just add an unordered list and some list tags, and then some PHP tags. And inside the PHP tags, we'll just do WP for WordPress underscore login out, all one word, login out. Save that. We'll go over to Firefox, and we expect it to show up right here. And then we see a little log out link since we're already logged in. Of course, you could come over here and make your own, log in, log out, user section, and you can get a lot more advanced with that, which we might do down the road if time permits. But that, to whoever asked, is how you put the login and log out link. It's just the WordPress template tag WP login out. So that said, you'll also remember that we got the first part of our sidebar widget ready. We said let's widgetize it up in here, and we used a little PHP, and we said with a conditional statement, we said if the function dynamic sidebar does not exist, then display this code below. So now what we need to do is set up what's known as a functions.php file, which gets a little advanced, so we'll just take it slow, and we pretty much need to register our sidebar and tell WordPress how to style the widgets when they're added by the user. So we'll go ahead and create a new file, and we will name this file functions.php. Go ahead and open up functions.php, and if you didn't guess, we'll be working with PHP for the moment, so we'll use some PHP tags. And now we'll use a conditional statement again. We'll say if function exists, register sidebar in between quotes, then we want to do something in between the brackets here. So now what we'll do is we'll say register sidebar, and then we'll say inside of that we're going to need an array of values, so we'll declare array. We'll kind of open that up so we can format it better. And now we're going to tell WordPress how to format the widgets using keys and values, and you'll see what I mean like so. When we'll type some quotations here, and we'll say before underscore widget, and we'll point to our value. We're going to just, for now we'll just open up a list tag, comma, after widget, We'll close our list tag. Oops. Now we'll say before title. Same thing, we'll just use some h2 tags this time. And after title. And we'll close our h2 tags. We'll save that. And now what we've done is we've finally gotten our sidebar ready to handle either widgets or just regular code if the user is not using any widgets. And to give you an example of what that means, we'll go ahead and go to the WP admin panel here. Alrighty, and we'll go down to Appearance, which is in the sidebar of your admin panel, and you'll click Widgets. Now this is where the user can add and edit any kind of widgets that they like, really. And you'll remember that we said if, in our sidebar we said, if there's not a dynamic sidebar, which means, if there are no widgets, go ahead and display this. Well, what if there are? Well, let's say they add a calendar. And you'll see that calendar has been added over here. And we'll click Save Changes. Okay, changes saved. So we'll open up our site again. Okay, now you'll see our sidebar has turned into just a widget sidebar, and they could continue adding different widgets down here, as many as they liked. So that is getting a basic theme widget ready, which a lot of users really request, and it's a good thing to do for them. As it gives them a choice, and especially people that aren't very tech savvy, they can just come over here and click a few buttons depending on what they need, and really do a lot with this. But let's go ahead and remove the widgets for now that we know it's worked. Oops. And we'll come back here and refresh. Refresh again. Well, I thought I disabled the widgets. Maybe not. I guess I did not. We'll click Remove, and then Save Changes, and that should put our old sidebar back in place. There we go. So that is how to get a theme widget ready, which is a big part of WordPress development. So you'll remember that you go into the sidebar and you give it the if the function does not exist for dynamic sidebar. Then make sure you have your end-if statement at the bottom. Then you make your PHP your functions.php file, and you add the PHP we just added. And when we get into more days down the road, we'll discuss functions.php more and get more in depth. But I don't want to overwhelm you guys all at once here for those that might be new to this. So let's move on now that we got our sidebar widget ready. And you'll remember in day 6 that we learned how to format these individual articles, our individual blog posts that we make. We added the date for them and some tags below to show up, and a little promotion at the end of our individual articles that encourages them to subscribe to our RSS feed. But we haven't formatted our single pages right now. Right now they're just falling back on the default template hierarchy. So we'll go ahead and do that, and you've probably guessed that we're going to need what's known as a page.php file. And it's obviously called a page.php file because this will be what styles our individual static pages. And this is how we can control what goes on in them. So think back to day 6, because it will be very similar to creating our single.php file, except we can do all kinds of different things now that it's a page instead. So we'll do some PHP tags, and the first thing we're going to grab is our header. And we'll grab our sidebar, so I'm floating it before the content right now for just for our default theme. Okay, and now we'll go down and we'll give it just a div class of anything you want, doesn't matter, static page. Just try to be descriptive with your class and ID names. And then we're going to go through the loop again. And hopefully you were tuning in for when we went over the loop. I want to say day 4 if you haven't seen it, but I'm not off the top of my head. I can't remember what day that was. But if you haven't seen the screencast where we go over the loop, go ahead and do that before now, because that's what we're going to do. So we'll do if have posts while have posts the post. Okay, so we set up the first part of our loop, and next you probably guessed that we're going to display the title. Should probably be the first thing on our page. Let them know what we're talking about. PHP, the title, which is a WordPress template tag that we can use to display the title of the page that we're on. And then we'll continue on here. We'll add a div class for in the future if we want to style this more. Let's call it static content. Alright, and inside of that we will just post our content, so our actual page, using the content. Okay, we can go ahead and save that, and we'll come down here and we'll end our while. Since we have our while loop going, we need to end that, and we'll give it an else statement. And in case for some reason there isn't a page to display, something didn't go right, or for whatever reason, we'll give a user-friendly message, page not found, and then we'll just give them a search bar. And we can do this saying, get search. Oops, sorry, that needs to be in PHP tags. Get search form. And then of course we need to end our if statement, so we'll do PHP end if. Go ahead and save that. We need to still add our footer. I know off the top we need to clear it real quick, so I'll just add a quick clear class to clear our float. There's other ways you could do that, but we're not worried about that too much right now. And we'll grab our footer. Okay, so we have our basic page.php set up, and let's go through that again. First, we open up our page and we grab our header using getHeader, which grabs our header.php file. We use getSidebar, which grabs our sidebar.php file. And then we declare our div class of static page, and we go through the WordPress loop. And in case you need a refresher, it's a conditional comment in PHP, and if there are any pages or posts to display, we're displaying them using the content in between PHP tags, or else we'll just grab the search form and show an error. And that's different than a 404. That's it's a little different than that. And then we'll grab our footer with PHP get footer. And that's a real basic page.php that we have set up so far. So we can go ahead first and check to see if it worked. Well, it looks like it did. Our footer's clearing to the bottom, but how would we really know if we don't add something we haven't added before, since we don't really have a design going right now. So let's add something so we can really see that our page.php is showing up. Why don't we add a link that will allow us to edit the current page only if we are logged in as an admin or someone who has privileges to edit that page. It's pretty convenient, so in case you're browsing a page of your website and you find a typo or an error of some kind, you can just click the edit this page link that we'll set up, and you'll be able to just log straight into the edit page link. So underneath our div class of static content, we'll open up some PHP tags. Then we're going to use a WordPress template tag called edit post link, and all of those are separated by underscores, which you can hopefully see. Okay, we're going to pass this 3 parameters. First, we're going to say edit this page ... comma 2 more quotes. Then we're going to wrap it in strong tags. 1 more comma and close our strong tag. And we'll save that. And what edit post link does is it grabs the current page or post you're on, and it allows you to, if you're logged in only as a person with privileges that's allowed to, it's going to let you send you straight to the admin panel and allow you to edit that particular page. So it can really save some time if you're trying to fix some typos, or you notice a quick error and you don't want to type in or go to WP admin and navigate to that certain page, especially if you have a lot of pages published. So we'll come over here and we'll refresh. Okay, and we can see edit this page. So if we click that, all of a sudden we've been brought to the About Edit page, and we can make any quick edits, comment changes, and update the page as needed, which is a pretty neat feature. And you'll see that that's been added now to all of our pages on our page.php file. And we'll get a little more into the edit post link here. And let's go ahead, and now that you know how to create and style your individual pages, let's just have some fun for the rest of this with our header and our single.php file, which are some files that we've been messing with in a couple days ago. So let's stick on what we were doing, and let's go to our single.php file first. And this, if you forgot, the single.php file is the file that is formatting all of our individual blog posts and articles when someone actually clicks on the article to read the full article. And let's, after the tags, let's do another edit post link. And this time we can say edit this post, and wrap it in paragraph tags this time, just to spice things up a little bit. You could wrap it in strong tags if you like. It doesn't matter. This is just for demonstration. And we'll save it. And now if we go back home and then click on an actual individual post, about the horrible story about Patty Mayonnaise, and we scroll down, we can see that we have the admin edit this post link since we're logged in. And if we click edit this post, we are brought immediately to that post, which is really convenient, especially if you're designing themes for ThemeForest or a client, or a WordPress theme for someone else to use. Make sure you include those the edit post links, because it'll just save people a lot of time and a lot of questions too if it's a client of yours on how do they edit a post and stuff, if you just put it there for them to have. So I recommend definitely doing that. And the last thing I wanted to go over today is a cool little trick with our header and our title tags that right now we'll notice that our title is Testing WordPress Forest, because that's the name of our blog, and we're grabbing that using blog info name, which is good because it's not hardcore, it's not a hard-coded title, but we're still pulling the same title every time. Like if we click on an individual post, we'll still see Testing WordPress Forest. We click on my new AOL tattoo, it just says Testing WordPress Forest. It would be nice if the title tags would say the name of our blog and the name of whatever post we happen to be on. And we're gonna get a little fancy and do that right now, and it's actually pretty easy. Let's go ahead and get rid of everything in between the title tags, and we'll do PHP as always. Hopefully you're getting to like PHP by now. If not, you might want to start liking it, because we're going to be using a lot more of it. And we're going to do blog info again, and we'll still use name. We're going to do something different after this. After blog info name, we're just to keep this separated, we're going to open up some other PHP tags so you can see what's going on here. We're going to do WP title, and in between the title tags we're going to add a separator. So we're going to have the name of our blog show up, and then a separator, and then the title of our post. So we could do something like some little or separators, or just a dash, but for now let's just use two little or separators, as I call them. and save that. And we'll refresh here, and then we'll just let's click on. We don't ever go to this post. So why Whitesnake is te best. And if we look at the title, we'll see testing WordPress Forest, and then our separator that we gave it, and then why Whitesnake is the most awesome band ever. But if we go back to our home page, it automatically knows that well, if there's no title of a post to display, then it's just going to fall back on our blog info name only. So we're not just going to get a separator spit out here for no reason, which is nice. So if we go to our about page, we can see about shows up now, and that really gives us some good SEO practices, and just makes it more easy for users when they can look up at the title and know where they're at. So I think we're going to stop there today. I think that's good. I don't want to overload anybody. I know a couple people have asked about getting into the comments, and we're going to get into adding some comments soon enough, probably for the next day, for day 8, maybe day 9, because the comments can get kind of advanced. A lot of conditional statements needed, and can get pretty in-depth. But we will definitely hold out if you're waiting for the comments, because we will get to those soon. And as always, I recommend that you check out the themeforest.net website and subscribe to the blog. If you're enjoying the series, you can click on blog.themeforest and subscribe by clicking the RSS subscribe button. So I will see all of you for day 8. Happy WordPress coding, and have a great day.